welcome to this video. This is gonna be part of a part series that I've decided to start to make. It's like a self-improvement part series, talking about like the basics and components of it. Like this could be like episode 1. Like, instead of fucking watching like Stranger Things or whatever bullshit you watch my videos instead. So first one is, I think, like the first component you really need to focus on is NoFap. Like there's a lot of kids out there who struggle with this. Like they want to get on NoFap, but then they keep on relapsing every time they try. So like, yeah, this is gonna be the first episode because like in my opinion, it's one of the most important components of self-improvement. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be reading off my book. So this is how like this series is gonna work, because I released a PDF. If you like reading, you can do it instead, but personally, me, I like watching videos and listening to people talk, kind of like an audio book. But like if you like reading it, I'll leave the free PDF link on the description below. You can go to docs, go to files, and download that. Put in the link in the description. So yeah, let me start. So most of us released and we bust a nut and we masturbate and we jerk off because of these two common reasons: pleasure and stress. So doctors don't believe being addicted to it is a thing, but if you do it for the wrong reasons all the time, it becomes a really big problem. I'm telling you, bro. Think of your nut, bro, as a child form of energy. What do you think happens when you release it? You're releasing a whole ton of energy that should have been for a woman to make your beautiful child, but you just choose it to release it for pleasure, or you're feeling stressed. It really defies nature of how it works. Like, for example, like just how like a vegetarian defies nature. If we all become vegetarians, we don't need to make people eat meat anymore. All the animals are gonna become overpopulated, and there's gonna be like, oh, don't torture the animals, don't kill the animals. If we do that, then there'd be 1,000,000 bees, 1,000,000 cockroaches, 1,000,000 everything, like 1,000,000,000 trillion everything. And everything will just be overpopulated and overcrowded. That's nature. We need to kill these animals for us to eat. It's part of how nature works, just how like nature works to reproduce, So it really defies that, you know what I mean? It defies nature. You're like, if you choose to release it for pleasure or because you're feeling stressed, it's not really that good, So it is true that releasing and like, it feels good, but does that mean that you should do it? An example of this would be a donut. It feels good while eating it, but all it's going to do is make you gain weight and have a sugar crash afterwards. It's just what is this called? The problems outweigh the benefits. So, fapping is the same concept. It may feel good, but afterwards, after you've done it, all you did was waste your time and filled yourself with guilt and negative emotion. If you're tired of masturbating to every girl you see, lusting all the time, and can't look at a girl without imagining you banging her, the best and greatest option for you is NoFap. This thing that whoever thought about this, whoever created this, is godly. Is fucking godly, bro. Just saying that, bro. So I used to be addicted to fapping. Personally, I can say it to myself. I used to be addicted to fapping. I did it mostly every single day of my fucking life. I cried, bro, because I couldn't get out of it. I was stuck in that rat hole. I was stuck into that rut hole. And when people when I see people that they just can't get on NoFap, it's just it struggles for me to think about it, because I used to be in that position too, and all I really want to do is help them, but they just never listen to me. Like, when I tell you that if you are not successful on NoFap right now, the reason is because you do not want it badly enough, and they just brush it off their shoulder and they forget about it. But what I'm telling you is, I'm not telling you this because I want to be a Sigma male or because I want to be a leader or show off to people that I've been on NoFap. I've quit an addiction so hard to quit. It's not to show that off. It's because I see my old self inside of you. The same old self that used to cry in his goddamn bed because he was stuck to this addiction. So when I tell you these tips and tricks, I hope you listen up, because I'm tired of seeing weak men. We need to start a revelation, bro. We're all gonna make it, bro. So yeah, I used to release average 3 times a day, my guy. Like, I remember the times I tried NoFap and failed on day 2, then giving up and saying to myself that, oh, NoFap is impossible. And people who say that they are 1+ week free are just lying, and it's just a myth, you know? I researched on masturbating all the websites and said it was good to do, the answers I was looking for. All of them, it was great because it released dopamine and relieved stress. But none of those fucking articles talked about how it took the stress and the dopamine it took after you did it. You felt like shit. I remember the day I started my journey, bro. I was so fucking pumped up, hyped up every single day. I thought about the day climb. I thought about I could make it at the end of day 3, but I ended up relapsing. So ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Since I looked at the day count and obsessed about it every single day, I was obsessing over fapping. So in my head, while I was thinking about not fapping, I pushed myself to the edge even more. A great strategy is not to think that you're on NoFap. Instead, tell yourself that you'll quit fapping forever. It's a great strategy. Don't make relapsing an option. What I mean by this is, we could ask ourselves, sometimes we ask ourselves, should I jack off today or not? Should I relapse today or not? Never ask yourself these type of questions, because just think about it. Don't think about the day count, bro. Don't think about it. Because if you do it, it just pushes you off to the edge even more. And at the time you end up relapsing, just remember to get up and keep moving forward. Right after you end up relapsing, clean your crusty ass hands up, bro. Get anything you can use to write with, and write down and reflect on how and why you relapsed. So you could always go back and reflect on it to help you push forward when you feel like relapsing again. Remember, these shit that we go through life is just a lesson for us to grow, to help us become better. Like, for example, if I didn't gain 200 pounds, then I would still be a pussy little bitch, and I wouldn't want to switch my life up. I would just be mediocre like the rest of the other people, you know? So I'm grateful for that. It's a lesson I took with me. So some people say the best way to get rid of a bad habit is by replacing it with a good one. So I did that. Every time I get the urges and thoughts about relapsing, I just stopped what I was doing, just meditated or did some breathing exercises. This is a really great method because you're kind of rewiring your brain. For example, when your shit gets erected, bro, usually you think of jacking off or going on the hub, but what you're doing here is you're making your brain think when you get erected, it's time to meditate or do push-ups or whatever good habit you want to replace fapping with. You're on your bed, you're on your phone, you see a hot girl, bro, do some you see that. Don't think in your head like you're gonna go on the hub and be your meat, bro. Get on the floor and do push-ups. Rewire your brain to think that, because you're doing something, you're benefiting off of it instead of it making you feel like shit. You're gonna do push-ups, bro. You're gonna feel fucking pumped up. You're gonna feel like bum C, bro. I see, bum. I mean, you're gonna feel like him, bro. And bro, you're gonna feel good about it because you just beat the fuck out of an urge. You did some push-ups. You're the fucking man, bro. Like, replace it with some push-ups, bro. It works. Sorry for the cutoff there, but yeah, you know, it's like the modern world makes you think that going on the hub and beating your meat, bro, is like normal. But it's your choice if you want to live every other day like every other man out there who just wastes their time and energy on something that provides them no benefit, or become someone who can, you can be that person right there, person who's like everybody else, normal. Or you can be someone like Alexander the Great, or somebody fucking powerful, anybody you think about, who can control their lustful and sexual desires and become someone who masters their mind through meditation. Like a one wise man once said, you can either retain for gains or bust for lust. And the choice is yours, because at the end of the day, every single thing you do in your life is your choice. And every single thing you do has a consequence. You can choose your actions, but you cannot choose your consequences. If you choose to eat that donut, go on ahead and eat that donut. But realize that you eating that donut will make you just gain weight. Now you can either eat that donut or you can eat that fucking chicken breast or whatever. That healthy meal right there that you avoid to eat. It's your choice. I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, this video was like my first episode on this book I wrote, using it as a script to like record episodes. Like, instead of watching Stranger Things, watch my goddamn video, bro. The next episode will be about video games, bro. I used to be addicted to fucking video games. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day. And get on NoFap. Get on NoFap. No one just watch this video and say, oh, I'm not gonna get on NoFap. Get on NoFap. If you're not on NoFap, I don't respect you as a man, and nobody else will respect you as a man either. So get on NoFap.